Welcome to My Two Cents with Keith Beggs from Steadfast Wealth Strategies. In this podcast, we show high-level executives and business owners why comprehensive financial planning and executive bonus structures don't have to be too good to be true. Keith draws on his experience in realistic financial planning, and expert guests share his 2 cents about academically based financial planning that you have to hear to believe. Now, on to the show.
Hey everybody, Keith Beggs, founder and CEO of Steadfast Wealth Strategies and the host of the My Two Cents podcast. Today, we are lucky to have the Vice President of Coaching with Matson Money, Josh Crawford, on the day. Josh, how you doing?
Oh, you're so welcome, Keith. Thanks for having me.
So Josh, just to kind of kick it off here, tell us a little bit about who Matson Money is.
Okay. We are a registered investment advisor coaching company that was founded in 1991 by Mark Mattson. We currently have over $9 billion in assets under management. And what's really distinct about Matson Money is what I said there in the beginning. We're actually a coaching company. So we do manage portfolios, and we're unlike any other investment company out there. And what makes us distinct is we put a lot of attention on the human side of investing. It's something that most investment companies miss. And there's been study after study after study that shows it's really critical to manage behavior as well as the portfolio. As a matter of fact, if you just manage the portfolio, it's not enough because you've got the human being is involved in the equation. So we are a portfolio manager. We're also a coaching company. We work with 500 advisors from all over the United States. We're just opening in Canada now to make the science of investing. That's what we use. We use a philosophy that's founded on Nobel Prize winning science. And we're actually expanding internationally now into Canada. So yeah, that's a little bit about what we do, Keith, and who we are.
Excellent. And I guess I should have saved this up at the beginning. We are a partner with Matson Money. So Josh and his team help coach myself over at Steadfast so that we can help coach our clients and our investors to take advantage of this science and this technology to better their investments and better their lives. So Josh, I really want to pump up this American Dream experience. I've been able to attend 2 of the virtual ones. I had some clients attend the last virtual one, and they just had an overwhelming positive response. And so, we want to use this podcast to encourage people to be a part of the American Dream experience and what you guys are doing over there. So kind of tell us what the American Dream experience is. I know you do a great job of this. So let them know what they get when they come to the American Dream experience.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's life-changing. The American Dream experience is a 2-day extremely engaging and interactive workshop in which people go through a series of conversations, and in each conversation there's something to be discovered. So the American Dream experience is an inquiry in which people discover, number one, the science of investing. We spend our entire life going to work to make money. We leave our kids, we leave our families, we spend some time at home on the weekends. But man, if you look at a life, most of it's spent going to work to make money. Now, that's not a problem at all. But what we found is most people have zero idea what's actually going on with the money they spent their whole life working for. They got it with some advisor, or they're trying to do something on their own. But what we found is deep down, people know something's not right with the industry. And in the American Dream experience, we expose everything that's not right in the industry, and it clicks for people. So what we do is we take people through 60 years plus of financial Nobel Prize winning academic research. We show people what the science of investing is. And we lay it out in a way where people leave these 2 days. I mean, and we work with clients with 90 million, 40 million, 10 million, 100,000. I don't care where they're at. We've had people come through from all different walks of life with all different levels of net worth, and they walk out for the first time in their life with a understanding of how investing actually works. People will discover the science of it. So that's one of the main things people get, and it's extremely empowering. It's extremely empowering for the first time in your life to have your arms around this thing that you spend all your life working towards, which is investing
right?
for your future. Yeah. So that's one piece, Keith. You want to ask a question on that?
Yeah, I want to build on that. So one thing that's fun to see, and we saw it at the live events, and we could even see it now with the virtual events, is the aha moments that happen. Right.
Totally.
One thing you guys do a great job is making this, even though it's a virtual event, interactive, and seeing the light bulbs go off for different families, for different individuals, no matter their age. Right. You guys cross barriers with ages. There's young families on this. There's retireds on this. There's middle class, like you said. But just seeing the light bulbs go off at different points, and that aha moment is really awesome to see. When it finally does click with someone. And sometimes it clicks early and sometimes it clicks later in the event, but almost everybody at some point it clicks for. And that's just really cool to see. So I think you were about to go here, but I'll kind of lead you in. There's a big thing there about purpose as well, right? We do all this, you work for all this money, right? You mentioned that. And now we're talking about what do we do with all this money? What's the purpose behind, their drive there? So talk a little about, how you guys try to help people find their purpose to why they're doing all this, why they're going to work, why they're investing. What is this all about for them?
Yeah, it's great. It's fundamental in the workshop is before we even have the conversation about how does investing work and what's the science of investing say, we first ask the question, what's the point of investing in the first place? And, one of my coaches says it pretty hilariously. He says, you spend your whole life going to work. What's it all for? He goes, hopefully it's not for retirement. And then he says, what retirement's like, right? He says, it's like being in a pandemic. Work your whole life just to be stuck in your house. Hopefully that's not the case. So, yeah, we have a really, really profound conversation around what is your purpose for money anyway? And we lead people through an exercise. And what people come up with, it's really unbelievable. It's looking at what's most important to me. And people get in touch with what's actually most important to me. What is all of this work I'm doing? What's this really all about? And, Keith, we've talked to a number of people that have spent a lot of time working in hospice, right before people die. And right before people die, they find that people get in touch with everything that really matters to them. And they, for the most part, have regrets. And they regret that they didn't live life with an intention on what really matters to them because they were so stuck in this race of more and more and more and more and more. And what we do at the American Dream Experience is we allow for people to have that kind of realization before they're at the end of their life. We actually show, hey, you're for the most part stuck in a trap of trying to get more, and there is no way out. And people actually see this. It's like, oh my gosh, every time I've gotten a raise, it felt good for a little bit, but it's never been enough. Or every time I got that new house, it felt good for a little bit, but now, the kitchen's not right. And people find that they're stuck in this trap. And out of seeing they're stuck in this trap, there's a way out of the trap. And the way out is to create a purpose. So people create a purpose for their money and a purpose for their life that gets them in touch with what's most important to them. And what we find is it's usually things like expanding love in the world. That's actually what their purpose is, or expanding generosity, or loving my family. It's all around love. It's all around giving back. It's all around being of service. And what's fascinating, Keith, is it's all around making a difference for other people. It's always focused on the other. And it's an extremely empowering conversation. And people get moved to tears once they discover it. And from there, it's like, okay, now I've got a purpose and I'm inspired by it. And it's something, when you get it, it's something that will get you out of bed in the morning. You become a purposeful person. And
Right.
once you've got this purpose, now the question is my portfolio designed in a way that aligns with the fulfillment of my purpose? Yeah. Is my money invested in a way that allows me to fulfill on the dreams and the things that matter most? And what people discover is, for the most part, it's not.
Right.
Before this workshop, there's a big misalignment. So yeah, that's a huge part of the American dream experience. And it's actually quite moving when you see people discover, oh my gosh, this is what's most important to me.
And to kind of build on what you're saying there, I think a lot of people find that they're scared to live out their purpose because they don't understand their investments. They don't know if they have enough money. They're not sure how their money works, right? They know it goes up and down. There's no philosophy where academics a lot of times involved in it. It's been kind of pick and choose, right? Throw darts might be, some people might say. But once they can understand how their portfolios work and how their money works, it allows them to free up from watching their account every day and allows them to go to live out that purpose. And
that's right.
And I think that's what has been what we've heard from our clients and friends that have attended is, once they understand the science of it and they figure out what their purpose is, they then have the freedom to go live out their purpose, because they know that they don't have to sit around every day and watch the market to make sure that it's going to be there, to make sure that they're not messing up their purpose or messing up their retirement or life or whatever phrase you want to use there.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I couldn't have said it better myself. And just to build on that, Keith, what we find that people don't look at before the course is how connected money is to their overall quality of life. We had a person in the course, the last one that we did, and he's talking about, hey, he can't sleep because he's up at 3 a.m. checking his online brokerage account, looking at the futures. And people often miss that, man, my relationship to money and the way that I engage with money, it's not just money. It actually spreads through every area of my life. And why I'm bringing that up is because what that means is, if you can have a breakthrough around your relationship to money, and if you can actually so it now occurs, just like you said, Keith, as an opportunity or a resource to make a difference or a resource to fulfill on my purpose. If you can have that breakthrough, and in the American Dream experience, people do, that shifts everything about someone's life, because money's that connected to every area of life. So it's an extremely empowering discovery when someone sees their purpose. It actually shifts more than just the relationship to money. It shifts every area of their life. And like you said, they no longer have to pay attention to what's going on a daily basis. They no longer have to worry about what the news is saying about the market. They no longer have to worry about what Elon Musk is tweeting about the next hot stock or Bitcoin. It's like, no, they can actually focus on the things that really matter, and they can be someone that's purposeful out in life. And, it's a really, really special person walking the earth that's concerned about their purpose rather than making more money. And we're not saying don't make more money. As a matter of fact, we're saying we need more people with a purpose in the world, because really that's what's going to bring about the most change, to have people with a purpose with money. And that's definitely what people get walking out of the American Dream experience.
And you use the word empower. And I think a lot of investment firms anymore, they almost make people feel too uneducated, or for lack of a better word, stupid to understand this. And you just need to trust us with this. And one of the reasons that we got involved with you guys, and something that we hear from our clients, is this is not too difficult to understand. Your clients, our clients, and the people that attend this event can easily understand. You guys have made this so simple to understand. Now, execution can be hard, right? That's where we come in, and that's where you guys come in, and helping with the execution of what we want to accomplish, and then the ongoing coaches, because the emotions that get involved. But for someone that says, I'll never understand investing, or I'll never be able to follow that, that's simply not true. I think that's a lot of falsisms that have been led to them so that they blindly trust advisors. But you guys have done just a great job of explaining this and bringing this down to a level so people can understand and have confidence in what they're doing, and not just think they have to blindly trust someone with some designations or some letters after their name to get them to where they want to go. And I think that's a big part of this that you guys do really well.
Yeah, that's really great, Keith. That's one of the things that people walk out of the American Dream experience with. It's with a really deep understanding of how markets work and how investing works. And like I said, that's, well, like you said, being empowered, that's, hey, I can now choose. I now have the knowledge that gives me the power to make a meaningful choice around how my money's invested. And like I said, for the first, that for most people is the first time in their life where they've got a sufficient amount of knowledge to powerfully choose how their money's invested. What we find is that, just as you said it, Keith, most investors, their portfolio just wound up the way that it wound up. It's like when you take someone through the MRI at the end, it's like, hey, did you know that 80% of your portfolio was in U.S. large stocks? No, I had no idea. Oh, did you know that 10% of your portfolio is in long-term bonds? No, I had no idea. And we take people through what's actually going on in their portfolio, and people are clueless. Now, that's not a slam at people. It's exactly what you said. It's that the industry, one of the tricks that the industry uses to take advantage of people is they make it seem like it's so complicated, no one could understand it. And like you said, Keith, that's just not true. Out of these 2 days, people walk out literally in a new world of investing that they understand. They understand it so powerfully that they then choose how they want their money invested because they now have confidence and peace of mind around how it works. And to me, that's the realization of power. And to me, that's when someone has complete peace of mind around their future, because they're not, leaving with their fingers crossed, hoping it works out. They're leaving with this being a powerful choice that they made because they understand it. And man, those two are different. Hoping someone takes care of it for you versus I understand this and this is what I'm doing. They're just two complete different worlds. One of them's empowering and has peace of mind. The other one's not empowering, and it's look at investors. They're terribly nervous and stressful and anxious, and they have zero peace of mind.
Right, which I know we're kind of circling back here, keeps them from living out their purpose, and that's what we want to get to is give people an opportunity to live out their purpose. And what's great about this one, now that it's virtual, is it's free, right?
Yes.
So you used to have to get out to Scottsdale or get out to Cincinnati to get this information. Now you can do it from the comfort of your own home. What you guys have done and figuring out how to make this interactive from a virtual experience has just been awesome. Josh, is there anything that I'm missing or that I should have asked? We're going to be sending this out to a number of people, but is there something else that they should know about Mattson or know about the American Dream experience that we haven't talked about?
Yeah, I think one thing's important to say, because you brought it up, is that it's free. And also, I think it's important that people know you're not going to be sold anything there. So it's not I know people are skeptical. I am too. It's not a timeshare thing. There's no sales pitch at the end. It's 100% educational. And the reason that it's free is our company is committed that people discover what investing actually is. That's why we exist as a company. We exist to empower families in discovering their true purpose for money by transforming the investing experience, leaving families with freedom, fulfillment, and love. So the American Dream experience for us is an expression of our purpose, why we exist as a company. And man, we're just really committed that everyone has this education. And what I've found, Keith, and you've already pointed at it, is once someone goes through it, they're so impacted by it, they want it for everyone in their life. So yes, it's free. Yes, it's really interactive, and it's virtual. And our commitment and why we've made it free is because we're really committed that families have this education, because they deserve to have this education.
Awesome. Well, great. Hey, this is given Josh Crawford. He's the Vice President of Coaching with Matson Money. If you have questions about the American Dream experience or Matson Money, or want to get information or be involved with the event, You can contact me at keith@steadfastws.com, or you can reach us on the phone at 832-506-9034. Josh, I appreciate your time. I know you guys have a busy operation over there, so you taking the time out of the day to do this for us and our clients and our friends. We're very thankful for. So thank you for your time.
Yeah, you're very welcome, Keith, and thank you, really. I really, really thank you for being someone committed that people discover what's possible around their money and around their portfolio. So thank you for being a stand for people to have a purpose and for people to discover the science of investing. We appreciate you.
No problem, man. Well, you take it easy. We'll see you at the next event. Again, Keith Beggs, founder and CEO of Steadfast Wealth Strategies. This is the My 2 Cents podcast, and that's it for this episode.
Thank you for listening to My 2 Cents with Keith Beggs. Click the subscribe button below to be notified when new episodes become available. All securities discussed are offered and provided through Steadfast Financial Planning, LLC. The information covered and posted represents the views and opinions of the guest and does not necessarily represent the views or opinions of Steadfast Wealth Strategies. The content has been made available for informational and educational purposes only. The content is not intended to be a substitute for professional investing advice. Always seek the advice of your financial advisor and/or qualified financial service provider with any questions you may have regarding your investment planning.
This podcast is not intended to provide specific investment, financial planning, tax, or legal advice. It is intended for educational purposes only. Please consult your tax advisor, financial advisor, or legal professional for specific advice on your specific situation.